I never imagined my family's farm would spark a full-blown war with an entire HOA, but when they labeled my land an unauthorized botanical garden, I uncovered a jaw-dropping secret. My grandfather's ancient hydroelectric generator was the only backup power source for the entire neighborhood. What would you do if you held the key to your enemy's electricity? The letter arrived like a slap in the face. Violation notice. Unauthorized operation of a public botanical garden. I read it twice, thinking it was a prank. My family had owned this farm for 3 generations, long before the upscale homes of Willow Grove estates sprouted around us like weeds. From my porch, coffee in hand, I surveyed my 5 acres, vegetable patches, fruit trees, a greenhouse, and beehives. A botanical garden? Absurd. My phone rang. It was my neighbor, Ethan, who lived in the last remaining original farmhouse. "Lily, did you get one too?" he asked, voice tight. "A violation notice?" I confirmed. Ethan scoffed. "They're trying to squeeze us out. Pinnacle Realty wants our land for luxury condos with pastoral views." As I hung up, a black SUV crept past my property. A man in a crisp suit, Victor Hale, stepped out, snapping photos of my yard with a tablet. I marched down my driveway. "Can I help you?" He barely looked up. "Mr. Hale, Willow Grove HOA. I'm documenting violations." "I'm not part of your HOA," I said, keeping my tone even despite my rising anger. "My farm predates your development by decades." Hale's smile was cold. "When Willow Grove was built, all properties in the township were absorbed into our jurisdiction. Your farm causes issues: traffic, unapproved agriculture, commercial activity, non-standard structures." He pointed at my greenhouse. "And those solar panels violate our covenants." "I've never signed any covenant," I shot back. "The visitors are just family and friends who garden with me. I don't charge anyone." Hale tapped his tablet. "We've logged 30 vehicles here this month. That's commercial activity. The board meeting is Thursday, 7 p.m. Attend, or face escalating fines." He paused. "Oh, and remove those rain barrels. They're mosquito breeding grounds and an eyesore." As he drove off, I noticed neighbors watching from their windows. One elderly woman, Mrs. Carter, gave a small wave before closing her curtains. That night, a spring storm rolled in. Rain hammered my roof, and the power flickered, then died. Everywhere except my farm. My grandfather's 1950s hydroelectric generator, upgraded with solar panels, kicked in seamlessly. The neighborhood was pitch black, but my lights glowed. Ethan texted, "Power's out everywhere but your place. Did you know your generator feeds the subdivision's emergency pump station?" I didn't. How could my setup power their water system? Another text, found old maps at the township office. "We need to talk." Thunder roared as I wondered what Ethan had uncovered. At dawn, I dug through my grandfather's old desk, finding deeds, water rights, and permits for the generator, all legal, dated 1952. Then, a convoy of cars roared into my driveway. Hale led the charge, flanked by a woman in a blazer, Ms. Turner from the county assessor's office, and HOA board members with clipboards. They stormed toward my porch like an army. Hale spoke first. "We're here about your unpermitted power source and multiple violations." Ms. Turner added, "Reports suggest your generator interferes with the township grid." I held up my documents. "Everything was permitted in 1952 and maintained to code." Hale sneered. "HOA covenants ban private power generation. It's unsafe and unsightly." "I'm not in your HOA," I said. A thin man, Gregory Voss, the HOA attorney, stepped forward. "The 1987 development agreement included all surrounding properties." My phone buzzed. "Ethan, don't sign anything. On my way with maps." "I'd like to see that agreement," I stalled. "And I'll consult my attorney." Hale's jaw tightened. "This isn't a negotiation. You have 30 days to comply or face fines. Lightning cracked nearby, and the group flinched. Ms. Turner suggested, "Let's continue this later." As they fled, Ethan's truck skidded in. "Did they mention the power connection?" he asked. "They said my generator messes with the grid." Ethan shook his head. "It's bigger than that." In my kitchen, he unrolled maps. A blue line showed my generator linked to the township's water pump station since the 1970s energy crisis. A newer map revealed Willow Grove tapped into my system without an easement. "Your farm's been their backup for 30 years, Ethan said. "They never paid for it." Rain lashed the windows. "So my generator keeps their water pumps, security systems, and infrastructure running?" I asked. "Exactly," Ethan grinned. "Pinnacle can't build without guaranteed power. Your farm's in their way." The next day, at the county records office, a clerk, Martha, recalled my grandfather. "He was a visionary. During the '78 blizzard, your farm powered emergency services for 3 days." She confirmed the township never formalized the power agreement after his death. Driving home, I passed portable generators humming outside Willow Grove's mansions. A news van sat near my mailbox. Reporter Sarah Klein approached. "Are you the farm owner?" "We're covering the power situation. Mrs. Carter says you have an independent power source." Before I could respond, Hale's SUV screeched up. "This is private property," he barked. "The HOA hasn't authorized media." Sarah stood firm. "We're on public land covering the outage." She turned to me. "Is this your doing?" "I just got here," I said. Mrs. Carter spoke up. "I called them. My husband's dialysis machine relies on your farm's emergency circuit. Without it, he'd be in the hospital." Hale froze. "What circuit?" Mrs. Carter pointed to a box in her garage. "The one the developers installed. It's worked for 15 years. Sarah's eyes lit up. "So some homes get power from this farm?" "How's that decided?" "It's not," I explained, showing Ethan's maps. "My grandfather allowed it during the energy crisis. The township never formalized it." Sarah faced Hale. "Did the HOA know they've used this private power without payment?" Hale's face reddened. "This is being handled through proper channels." He stormed off. That afternoon, Ethan brought his cousin, Clara, an environmental lawyer. "You've got a strong case," she said. "They've used your infrastructure without permission for decades, and now they're bullying you." She pointed to a switch in my shed controlling the HOA's emergency power. "You could legally disconnect it," she said. "But Mrs. Carter's husband needs it." As another storm loomed, neighbors texted, asking if my power would hold. Sarah's news segment aired, ending with, "Who holds the power in Willow Grove? The HOA or the farm they're trying to crush?" At the emergency HOA meeting, tension crackled. Hale's group faced off against defectors like Mr. Lawson, a retired board member. I approached the microphone, heart pounding. "I'm not a botanical garden, but maybe I should be." Slides showed my grandfather's generator and old photos. "I was angry when I learned my farm powers your neighborhood without my consent. But fighting won't solve this. I propose a community-owned microgrid and public teaching gardens." The crowd buzzed. A resident asked, "Who'd pay for it?" A voice cut in, Hazel, Hale's daughter, a college student. "My university's environmental department offers a $250,000 grant for this as a teaching facility." Hale gaped as Ethan distributed printouts of Pinnacle's failed projects, abandoned condos, broken promises. The vote was a landslide, 82% backed the cooperative. Pinnacle's executives stormed out. 6 months later, new turbines tripled our power. My barn became an education center, and garden plots filled my fields. Hale joined reluctantly, planting seedlings beside Hazel's tomatoes. "This wasn't my idea," he muttered. "Hazel insisted." He paused. I got an offer to sell my house. They want to live here because of the cooperative. He looked at the humming power lines. I'm staying. Some things are worth more than money. Victory wasn't crushing Hale but turning him into an ally. My grandfather would have smiled. What do you think? Should Lily have cut the power to teach the HOA a lesson, or was her compassion the right call? Share your thoughts in the comments. Let's debate. Is playful retaliation ever justified in disputes like this? Hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for more epic battles.